Hello. Can you guys out? Yeah, you guys can hear me, right? Hi, guys. Oh, that was weird. Hello. Can you guys hear me? Hi. Hello. Okay, yeah, that was weird. It started and then it restarted. That's so strange. Well, maybe that's just on my end. Hi, guys. Oh, I've missed you guys so much. I need to go live more often. Hello. Oh, welcome. Welcome. Hi, Cody. Hi, Helena. Hi, Monica. Hi, Kirsty. Hi, guys. Your first live. Welcome. Well, I'm not going to be pulling cards, but we are going to be channeling. Rough week. Yeah. Yeah. We're going to talk. We have a lot to talk about. I'm going to give you guys maybe another minute or so, okay? No, you know what? None of us need cards. I mean, they're a beautiful divination tool, but yeah, none of us really do need cards. We need to start exercising our intuition. We're actually going to be talking about this. All right. So I am uncomfortable. I really did not want to be the one. I did not want this assignment. I did not want to be delivering this message. I don't talk about tricksters. I don't give them the time of day. I do not talk about hijacking spirits. I do not give them the time of day. So this needs to be said. You know, if I'm out here talking about this, it needs to be said. All right. So congratulations, Cody. That's exciting. That's really exciting. So I have channeled this information. I have pages, okay? Like I was working very, very hard this week to get these messages for you guys. I worked all week on this. And Spirit is very purposeful on what they want to say. So it's structured after we're done the live stream. Thank you so much, Susan. Thank you, honey. I trust that is going to be returned to you tenfold. Thank you so much. This is structured after the live stream. I'm going to put everything in chapters so that you guys can follow along for those of you watching after the live. Okay. Okay. So the divine is exposing tricksters. Oh, hold on. I need to attend to Bunny 1 second. Okay, so sorry. So sorry. Bunny, she's having trouble jumping on the bed. She's 9 years old, so I have to she'll cry and then I have to go and pick her up and take her on the bed. Okay, so the divine is exposing tricksters and hijacking spirits. The divine is also highlighting in this space that we need to become more responsible when working with spirit. Thank you so much, Jerry. Thank you, Jerry. I trust that that's going to be returned to you tenfold. Thank you so much. So, as I said earlier, I have my notes, everything that I channeled. I won't be using any material divination tools in this space. So, no tarot cards, no oracle cards. I've been working very hard to clean my channel with spirit, and I'm using the direct line I have to deliver this message. Thank you so much. Thank you guys. Thank you. I trust that's going to return to you tenfold, honey. Thank you so much, Tropical Empress. I love being here with you guys. Thank you. Are you guys gonna make me just start crying? Thank you so much. I trust that's going to be returned to you tenfold, protected. Thank you. You guys. All right. So I think with that said, what I'm gonna do before I start talking about this is just I gotta give thanks, okay? As always. So thank you, Spirit of the Most High. Thank you to my benevolent ancestors, known and unknown. Thank you, Mother Goddess Inanna Ishtar. Thank you for your blessings, your love, your support, and your guidance. And thank you for your protection in this space for myself and for my fellow friends and family. Amen. Okay. So I feel like I'm seeing through the eyes of gatekeepers. And what these gatekeepers are seeing is a mass awakening. And there's a collective initiation happening as we speak, all at the same time, which is attracting a high number of tricksters and hijackers, hijacking spirits. The vision that I saw, and this was like really weird and wild. The vision that I saw was a bunch of people, and they were running towards a closed gate. And in this vision, I saw that some people have mischievous spirits that were attached to them, and some of them were like running beside them. Some people didn't have any tricksters or mischievous spirits in their vicinity. Okay. To give you all some context, because I do believe context is very important, before we get into the tricksters and what these spirits are, and what this collective initiation is about. Libra's reading sparked the sight of the movement of these spirits and people in the collective space right now. I was met with a gatekeeper who stopped my sight in that reading, and for good reason, because we learned that it was to protect the information that I could see from getting out and to notify us that our energies are being masked. We're all being masked right now. In Libra's reading, I remember asking Spirit, what can I know? If I can't say this information, if I can't deliver it, what can I know? So I'm sitting there and I'm pulling cards, and they bring out an energy that I immediately picked up on. And I said, that's not Libra's energy. I'm like, Libra, this is not your energy. And I'm getting all of these notifications of like, go watch Andy's reading from 13 Moon Tarot. So I'm like, what's going on? Andy and Libra's reading as well. She also said this verbatim. Libra, this is not your energy. We said the same thing. This is not a coincidence. We posted that reading the same day. We were in the collective consciousness the same time. This energy is so real, is so important, and it is a major red flag. Okay. It's a major red flag. It's a major alert from Spirit right now. Spirit right now is alerting all of us that we are being masked, that we are being protected. And we need to know why we're being masked, and we need to know from who. Okay. This morning, and Spirit is throwing people and Spirit off your path. Okay, that's also really important. This morning, I had a vision that I and like people like us, okay, like the tribe, we were in camouflage. So you may feel like people can't see you. You may feel like you're under the radar. You may feel like you're invisible. Like I literally had someone this morning, they bumped into me and I'm sitting there, I'm walking bunny, and this person is just like they bumped into me out of like they could see me. Like they're very much aware. I can see them looking at me. And I'm like, what is happening? And then I got the vision of camouflage. This is masking. You may be experiencing misunderstandings and miscommunication, but here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing. It's only with people that you are not aligned to. And this is Spirit's way of showing you who and what you're aligned and who and what you're not aligned to. Now listen, okay? I understand that we have miscommunications and misunderstandings with people on the regular. Okay, it happens. But this is like very, 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 very specific. Imagine like whenever Mercury is in retrograde, okay, just to give you guys like context and like examples. Whenever Mercury is in retrograde, like you experience miscommunication and misunderstandings all the time with everybody, whether you're aligned to them or you're not. This is like very black and white. This is deliberate misunderstanding and miscommunication with people that you're not aligned to, but you're having solid, clear miscommunication and understandings with people that you are aligned to. This energy feels like it's extreme clarity and then extreme confusion. It's very black and white. There's very little gray area here. Okay? Very little gray area. I feel like Spirit wants to help us see so we can move safely into our next phase, into higher knowledge. You may be noticing right now that you have greater interferences and interruptions, and they are not of divine love. You are experiencing disturbances of misalignment and maybe experiencing disturbances from these mischievous spirits as well, tricksters, hijackers, and people that are not for your highest good. And the divine is exposing all the misalignment right now so you can get aligned quickly. Because there's this extreme collective initiation going on. I'm going to start talking about these spirits. Okay. My heart's racing because I don't like it. But like this information needs to get out. I know there's information about them already, but I'm just going to let you guys know what I was channeled from Spirit. If you have any questions at all, I'm just going to get through this part because I hate this part. But if you guys have any questions, please save them to the end. Okay. Okay. I love you guys. You guys are the best. Okay. So it's important to know that these spirits should not be underestimated. Not all tricksters and not all hijacker spirits are low vibrational. They can rank on the higher end of vibrations and frequencies. These spirits are very intelligent and they are smart enough to camouflage their intent. So let's walk through the trickster spirits, some of their characteristics, and I'll also share with you how the divine started to reveal them to me. Okay. I love you guys. Anyway. Okay. So it's also important to understand. So Spirit started to deliver this message to me that tricksters and hijackers reside on every spirit realm. Okay. So for example, fairies, okay, they got tricksters too. And most of them are pretty fucking bad. Okay. Norse, like I mentioned, Loki. You have cosmic beings. You have the galactics who also have tricksters and hijacker spirits. Okay. And even you have tricksters and hijacking spirits that reside in your own ancestral line. That was a really big one for me to accept, because not all your ancestors love you. Not all your ancestors want the best for you. Sometimes the curses within your own ancestral bloodline come within the same family. It came within the family. So when you speak to spirit, when you speak to your ancestors, you have to call on the ones who love you and the most qualified. Okay? So, trickster spirits. I was given a vision of smoke and mirrors, obviously, right? Okay, like that was obvious. When I start to understand them, I kid you not, they sound more and more like narcissists. They take the truth, oftentimes by concealing it, and they give you the lie. So they conceal the truth and they give you the lie. Tricksters can conceal their identity and have you believing you are talking to your guide or spirit ancestor when you are not. They present themselves as whatever or whoever you want or need them to be. Tricksters can conceal their intent. You may think they are there for your highest good when they are not, and not all of them are malicious, but they play very mischievously, okay? They play. When you trust them, their messages, their visions, when you trust what they tell you, it seals the bond, is what I heard from my spirit team. The more you trust, the tighter your bond gets, because all they have is your trust. You may physically get brain foggy. You will tend to have codependency on this spirit because, again, all they have is your trust. You will see you lack trust in yourself and more in that spirit. So you may find yourself consumed and obsessed with getting answers. Okay, that's because that trickster spirit has got you on lockdown. They have taken your truth and you become wholeheartedly obsessed and consumed with their energy and codependent on them. All right? You'll find yourself having a really hard time listening to your intuition and trusting your intuition. Now, Spirit was advising me. Thank you so much, Shaka. Thank you. May that be returned to you tenfold, honey. Thank you so much. Spirit advised that it's actually fairly easy to remove the interaction with the spirit. Okay. Taking your trust away releases you from the bond immediately. But the hardest part is identifying the smoke and mirror. That's the hardest part. That's their strength. Okay, is the smoke and mirror, is the facade, is the illusion. Another way to release you from a bond with the trickster is when you build and work with your ancestors or a goddess or her high priest or priestess, for example. It immediately trumps and banishes the trickster. So when you bring forward the benevolent force of a goddess or your ancestor guides, it will immediately banish the tricksters. Okay, does that make sense? When you work very closely, and we're gonna get into like how you can strengthen your bond, okay, because that's what's important here. A benevolent force from a goddess or your ancestors will banish and trump the trickster spirit. All right, let's get into hijackers. This is like the most ickiest of ick. Okay, let me just, I literally hate this so much. Like I'm uncomfortable. Just give me a moment. Let me get some more rosemary on my hands. Rosemary calms me down. Yeah. I'm aching with all of you guys right now. And like I had to channel this for a week. Okay? Like it was horrible. I hated it. I fucking hated it. Like I'm like, why am I the one? Okay. So, hijackers. I heard scavengers when Spirit made them known to me. I heard scavengers. They are very, very, very sneaky. Sneaky and icky. I'm getting the vision of slime right now. Excuse me. So they can sneak into your energy, mind, body, and spirit when you're left open. When you're left open. And how are we left open? This means that when you are not very present in self, okay, if you are mindlessly watching an excess, okay, we're talking about excess, overindulgent, and not like being open, not being present in yourself. So when you're watching an excess amount of TV, when you're watching and scrolling through TikTok and Instagram, you are vulnerable to their attack. Thank you so much, Penelope. May that be returned to you tenfold. Thank you so much. I love you. So be careful of any kind of overindulgence at this time. The way that I started to feel these hijacker energies was that they have evolved. Like I said, these spirits are smart. Don't underestimate them. They've evolved. They're like rampaging technology because they know that's where most of us are not present. Does podcast count? Are you present when listening? In anything that you're not present in leaves you susceptible for this attack. All right. I mean, I find podcasts very soothing, so I hope not. In excess. Okay, guys, we're talking about excess. We're talking about overindulgence. We're talking about watching something to the point that you're not very present in your body, in your spirit. Okay? You may feel like your moods are going to change a lot. Yeah, doom scrolling. You may feel like your moods change a lot. You become more irritable and very moody. Okay? You may have the sensation like you're not present. Or it takes you a while to become present when you try to come back into self. You may have frequent forgetful moments as well. This is a really big one. Spirit was like, this is the main indicator. You may have forgetful moments, and I'm not talking about anything medical right now. This is like strictly, this is spiritual attack. This will happen on a constant basis. And you're not someone who is forgetful. You're not someone, okay? Because that spirit has hijacked your body when you were left open for a moment in time and you're doing something and you're like, wait, why did I do this? Wait, what am I doing that? I forget. Why am I opening my closet door? I forget what I was going to eat. I forget what I was going to make. Forgetfulness is a really big one. All right. The more present and space you take up within yourself, the less they can hijack. Okay. Does that make sense? This one is really icky. This one is like really nasty because this is like possession, but I'm not going to channel that shit right now. Okay. We're talking about hijacking for a moment in time. And they can keep hijacking you if you have a really bad habit or a really bad routine, okay? But this can turn into possession, okay? This is messed. This is messed up. Thank you so much, Steph. May that be returned to you tenfold, honey. Thank you. Okay? So why now? These spirits they're having a feast. They're having a feast. There are a massive amounts of people who are awakening at the same time. And this awakening has been taking place for many years, but as of late, it seems that there's a rampage of curiosity, okay, on the occult, the dark arts, on mysticism, and so many portals are opened. Thank you so much, Gina. Thank you. May that be returned to you tenfold, Gina. Thank you so much. I love you. Thank you. So many portals are opened right now because there's a rampage of curiosity on the occult. Everyone wants to touch tarot. It's trending. Everyone wants to be spiritual. Everyone wants to be a fucking witch. Excuse my language. So they're going to open up portals. Spirits immediately are attracted to who's in their space. Hey, thank you, Rome. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. May that be returned to you tenfold, honey. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, let me say that this is actually really important. Let me say this again. Because so many portals are open, spirits immediately are attracted to who's in their space. Do you guys understand that? Let's talk about this space, okay? And where you work and gather information dimensionally. Most of the spirits that we are working with and talking to are spirits of the dead. They are in the dimensional space of death, such as your ancestors. Some of the goddesses that you work with were never in, some of them were not interdimensional beings. Some of them were humans and they transformed into goddesses. So a lot of you, some of you who work with goddesses, you don't initially work with the goddess herself. You work with their high priest or their high priestess, who was the living devotee and worshiper of that goddess. So when you are in spirit space, you're working with these spirits and you're learning where your spirit extends to, because we also reside on many dimensional levels. We become susceptible to attack. How this happens is through a number of ways, but spirits want to intently and purposefully talk about irresponsibility and vulnerability. There is right now an unprecedented amount of people who are abundantly irresponsible when working with spirit. It is important to reiterate that responsibility is a really big factor on your journey. You have a responsibility to self. You have a responsibility to spirit, and you have a responsibility to others, especially me. Some like a true divine messenger, a tarot reader, a huge responsibility for others. The higher and deeper you raise yourself, the more responsibility you have. So this ties into the collective initiation, because a lot of you are raising your vibration. A lot of you are deepening your frequency as well. And so you have a higher level of responsibility now. The higher and deeper you raise your vibration and frequency, you are also at more risk for spiritual attack. And I think there's a misconception here that I hear all the time. You know, if I raise my vibration, if I raise my frequency, the low vibrations can't touch me. And that's simply not the case. They still can. Excuse me. And remember, these Tricksters, these hijackers, they can also be high vibrations. Don't underestimate shit. All right. So what does it mean to be responsible? All right. Do not jump into any kind of divination, okay, if you don't know how the tool works. Mischievous spirits can easily alter the energy of the tool being used because of its material dense matter. So, for example, like I'm talking to me too, all right? I'm not talking like I know shit. Trust me, I had to channel all this and I had to accept some of this. And I'm like, "Oh shit." Like, okay. All right, I'm going to tighten up my responsibility. All right? So this is me too. So please don't sit here and be like this girl knows every no, I don't, okay? That mirror right there, okay, that's a divination tool. You can it's mirror scrying. I just started mirror scrying, but initially it scared the shit out of me because I didn't know how to use it, but I was guided to it. So I've used it twice. I sometimes use it in personal readings, but I have a responsibility when using that tool. Yes, exactly, Andy. The material of the tool is also important. All right. So I had to learn how to use that scrying mirror. I had to learn how to clean it. I had to learn how to protect myself and to protect others that I'm reading for. Okay. Have a clean space for your divination tools and clean your divination tools often. Ensure you are committed to your ancestor, deity, or goddess altar if you have one. Cleaning the altar on a regular basis, providing offerings on a regular basis. Okay, this is part of your responsibility. Stay dedicated on refining your gifts. This is a big one. And we do this by exercising our intuition and levels of discernment. You should never feel disempowered when watching a reading or receiving a reading. Spirit will always give you an opportunity to exercise your gifts. And we could do that when we interact with the spirit through a divine messenger. So when you guys watch me, when you watch Andy, when you watch, any other tarot reader online, you are truly exercising your gift. You're exercising your level of discernment. You're exercising your intuition through that messenger. That's a big one. Because there are tarot channels out there that don't give you the opportunity to exercise that gift. That's very important. What's also really important is cleaning your channel with spirit. Okay. And this is what I'm actively doing. So if you've noticed in the beginning of my readings, I give thanks. That's a responsibility that I have to uphold, and I have to uphold my integrity. And number two, I'll channel for like 10 minutes. I think in the recent Scorpio reading that I did, I channeled for 20 minutes. I didn't pull cards. And that is me strengthening my channel with spirit. And that is me also cleaning my channel with spirit, that I don't have material and other energies that are in it that may taint or distort the message. So I'm strengthening my channel by exercising and practicing channeling, downloading, and telepathic communication. This is very important. This is very important. And this is also evolution. This is also your growth. Eventually, I'm not going to be using cards. Eventually, I love using them because I'm very visual and I see energy very visually. And so I go to the cards to give you guys a visualization of things that I'm seeing because it's just easier. But eventually I will get stronger and find ways on how to explain what I see a lot more clearly. Okay, so this is all part of strengthening your gifts and exercising them. Okay. And then the fun one, okay? And I'm not trying to put no one down by saying this, okay? This is a warning from spirit. Be careful who you listen to and watch, because transference of tricksters is a real thing. Hijacking spirits can also jump from one to another. So if you are codependently watching tarot at a constant rate, you'll have a higher risk of attracting these spirits. Be mindful of how much tarot you watch online, and I've said this since beginning of my channel, since 2017. Be careful who you watch and how much you watch. If you are codependent on tarot or feel obsessed with tarot readings, this leaves you open for spiritual attack on a regular. And this is what hijacking spirits love. So this is more important than ever before, because there are so many readers out there. And like, honestly, this is how we can exercise discipline. I think this is why, like, I have the frequency and the cadence that I do on my channel. I think yesterday I finally had the realization that there's a reason why I only put out readings for your sign once or sometimes twice a month. Because spirits who love you, they don't want you to be codependent on them. They want you to think for yourself. They want you to exercise your intuition. They want you to roam freely into the realms responsibly. So you get what you need when you need it. And trust me, I'm also understanding and accepting this too, because this is my job. This is my work. And I love it. And I love connecting with you guys. I love being here with you guys. I wish I was here more often. Maybe I will. Maybe the frequency will change and the quality will stay the same. But I have to uphold my integrity. I have to respect spirit. I have to stay disciplined. I'll never make you guys codependent. Like, that's bullshit. Okay? This is another one that's interesting. Okay? Be careful of repeated messages. If you're watching tarot and you notice that like the tarot reader is repeating themes, repeating messages over and over and over again, that's something to think about. If messages being delivered are not changing, if they're not growing, if they're not evolving over time, that is an indication that something is off. Tricksters love to take you around the block. I want you guys to think about arguing with a narcissist, okay? If you've ever dealt with a narcissist and argued with a narcissist, what do? They confuse you. They'll speak on the same thing over and over and over again till you forget what you actually were arguing about. Be careful of readers who say the same thing, repeat the same messages over the course of time. I've seen people get stuck for months and years. They loop things in over and over again and keep you stuck in a perception of their design. Although I understand, okay, that repeated messages do happen from time to time. I mean, cycles repeat, okay? Energies sometimes repeat. But if it is a constant and you feel confused in the loop, it is most likely a trickster. Thank you so much, Afro Latina Soul. Thank you. May that be returned to you tenfold, honey. Thank you so much. Thank you. So many gems. Honey, I typed this out like I was typing an essay. I channeled this like I'm being initiated right now, by the way. Most of you are being initiated. Well, we're going to get into that. There's a lot that we still have to get through. Okay. If you feel anxious, brain foggy, if you feel confused after hearing a reading, after watching a reading, that's an indication that something is off. Again, your spirit team loves you and wants to give you clarity. You should feel empowered. You should feel a certain level of clarity after hearing and watching a reading. Like you should have a little bit of clarity. Even if you're still confused about or uncertain of your path, but you watch something that you feel really empowered and you have a little bit of clarity, honey, that's good. Okay, a little bit of clarity can go a really long way. Okay, that's how you should be feeling after a reading. You should feel love, you should feel hope, you should feel release. Do you know how many people I read and they just cry when watching readings? That's beautiful. That's great. As much as I want to give you a hug, but you're crying is good. That means that you feel something real. That means that you feel love from spirit. That means that you're healing and you're releasing something that you really need to let go of. Thank you so much, Andrea. Thank you. May that be returned to you tenfold. Thank you. Yeah, you should always have like a reaction, because spirit is of such a high vibration and a frequency that you do react to spirit. Your body reacts to spirit. Imagine reacting to a high amount, abundant, unconditional love. Like when you are so happy, when you're joy, like you want to cry. Even the depth, even the darkness, and you feel so empowered that you just, you made it through. You want to cry. Like feel. Feel. Thank you so much, Jacqueline. Thank you. Oh my God, you guys, thank you. May that be returned to you tenfold. I love you guys so much. You're getting ads every 5 minutes? I set the cadence to like every 20 minutes because I know I'm gonna be here for maybe like an hour. I'm so sorry, guys. That's so weird. I am so sorry. Every 5 minutes? That's insane. Oh, I don't like that. I am so sorry. No ads so far for you guys? Is it everyone? Okay, no. So not you. Yeah, it must be the disruptive energy. Yeah, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. When I upload, when I end the stream, I'll see what's happening. I'm so sorry. Okay. I'll definitely change the frequency. But you know what's crazy? Like, I don't know if Andy, if you attest to this too. Sometimes I'm not given a choice. Like I didn't see the choice until after. Like I went live and then I saw the choice after. And so I changed it because it was like every 8 minutes, and then I changed it to every 20 because I'm like, every 8 minutes is like preposterous. Like that's ridiculous. Anyway, sorry about that, guys. Okay, we're gonna move on. Okay, I'm not gonna keep you guys here for too long. So we talked about the first way that you are susceptible. Okay, is irresponsibility. All right, we talked about ways to be more responsible. The second way that you may be susceptible to trickster energies and deceptive spirits is through vulnerability. And one of the biggest ways that we are vulnerable is when we are healing and transitioning. And this is a constant, like we are constantly healing and transforming. So, very specifically, Spirit is bringing through ancestral wounding and ancestral curses and hexes. As we heal our ancestral wounding, trauma, and clean our bloodline, not only do we put ourselves, but we put our bloodlines at risk too. So we put ourselves and our bloodlines at risk too. And this is because there is a lot of rich information, there's a lot of knowledge and energy in each of our ancestral lineage. And knowledge is what? Knowledge is power. And so there are spirits that are seeking to have that power. When we are healing, when we are transitioning and growing, we are learning. So these mischievous spirits and deceptive spirits learn too. And they learn from us. And oftentimes they are piggybacking off of us, stealing the knowledge that we and our ancestors have worked hard for to obtain. Thank you so much, Magic. Thank you. May that be returned to you tenfold, honey. Thank you. And for some of us, our bloodlines are extremely powerful and potent. You truly have a duty and responsibility to safeguard your ancestral roads. And to safeguard your healing when you're vulnerable in that space is to be more responsible. Okay, so Spirit is just highlighting that you're susceptible to these attacks even when you are clearing and healing your ancestral lineage. There is so much rich information in there. There is so much knowledge. And I'm telling you, some of your bloodlines are very, very powerful. And this is a story as old as time. People want to destroy those really abundant and rich and powerful bloodlines. And the pure ones too. But I'm not going to get into that today. This is also another important one. When we remove and clear any hexes and curses from our ancestral bloodline, we are also at risk. Because when you remove a curse, the spirit who put it there feels that detachment. So we need to understand curses. Okay. This is because when you place a curse, depending on the severity, the person placing it displaces their energy with it and it takes a part of them. When you place a curse on someone, you displace your own energy. It takes a part of you. So when you sever and you clear and remove a curse, that person who put it there feels it. They know. And now this is very risky because these spirits are typically hateful and they're resentful. Thank you so much, Dark Goddess Moon. Thank you. May that be returned to you tenfold, honey. Thank you. So when they feel the curse they have placed is broken, they will try to reinforce the curse upon you and your bloodline again. However, this is also really important. They will have a less successful chance because they don't have the material resources and means as they did in waking life. But if you are breaking a curse from someone who is still alive, they will have a successful chance to reinforce the curse because they have the material resources in the waking life. Does that make sense? There's more material resources and power on earth to bestow a curse than it is in spirit. Okay? Okay. How does what we talked about tie into this collective initiation? Okay, because we stitch here. All right, we're stitching. This initiation is a really big test of your responsibility, spiritual intelligence, and a test of your commitment on the journey to self and your spirit team and to your ancestors. I'm not going to answer any questions until I'm done. I need to get through this. I'm sorry, guys. I channeled so much for an entire week. I'm just going to dump everything out and then I'll answer questions after, okay? So if you guys can park your questions until I'm almost done. It's okay, honey. It's okay. Because I can feel it. I can feel my attention is being drawn to the questions. Okay. What did I say? This initiation is a big test of your responsibility, spiritual intelligence, and a test of your commitment on the journey to self and your spirit team to your ancestors. So some of you, okay, are reaching a level of growth, and I'm hearing you've made it to the next gate, which means you're getting more responsibility, and what you need to be made aware of is the weight of that responsibility. What this actually comes with and what this means for you. So, what you're all feeling right now is the weight of your upcoming responsibility. Exactly, Penelope. Okay. You're seeking more information, knowledge, tools to not only assist you in your bloodline, but to be of service for the greater good. Some of you, you're heeding the call of your soul. This morning, I saw a wolf, and it's this hunger and thirst that you may be feeling, as if there's a specific rich energy that can only quench your thirst. I believe this is the 108 indicator that the next awakening is here for this group of souls. And there's a collective initiation to get into this space. And these gatekeepers, for some of you, are high-ranking ancestor of yours. You may feel this initiation by experiencing disturbances and interferences. Again, the higher and deeper your frequency and vibration, the more spirits want to know what you know. These disturbances and interferences could be technological, sleep. You may be having sleep disturbances, health disturbances, and spiritual disturbances. And yeah, like these freaking ads that I did not select this cadence, okay? And spiritual attack. You may feel a call to isolate right now. You may feel like you want to learn. You may find yourself seeking to go back to school, taking a course, going to bookstores. Some of you, you don't even know what information you're looking for, but there's a drive for it. And the reason why some of you don't know what information you're looking for is because the information hasn't been presented yet. But again, you have a drive to seek it. Okay. You may find yourself agitated by repeated messages, that you hear something that you've been hearing over and over and over again, and you're just like, that's not going to help me. I know there's information out there that's going to help me. That is not going to help me. That already helped me. I'm looking to hear something new because I'm looking to grow. I'm looking to continue to seek. Okay. So you're thirsty for something new. That's the wolf right now. You may find, sorry, I already said that. Some of you may find yourself feeling homesick, that you want to visit your birthplace. Sorry, I felt something weird. Sorry. Like, there's someone weird in the chat. I have moderators, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What am I saying? Some of you may find yourself feeling homesick, that you want to visit your birthplace, you want to touch and feel the land that your ancestors walked, and I'm hearing ancestral roads. It's really interesting because I feel something really weird, and I'm talking about the initiation. And this is where a lot of you are feeling most of the disturbances, is when you step into your next phase. When you step into your next phase, this is when you're going to feel a lot of the disturbances. This initiation is going to take 6 months to a year. It really depends on your bond with spirit and how responsible you are and how quickly you move. Move at your own pace. Okay. I just started my initiation. I was initiated in that Libra reading, and actually, it was a test of my discernment and a test of my trust and respect. Had I not respected that gatekeeper, I wouldn't be delivering this kind of message to you all today. I wouldn't know this information. If I did not use discernment in that reading, if I said, well, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to tell everybody right here, right now, what I just saw. Because I saw the dream pathway. I saw the cosmos. I saw exactly what some of the Libras were doing. I saw some of your wishes. It was like the gate opened and I could see down that hallway. And I could see that some of the doors were opened. And I could get a pretty good vantage point of what was going on. And that gatekeeper was like, sorry, we can't let you pass because we know you could see, but what's in here cannot get out here. You need to be initiated into this. Had I not listened, I wouldn't be delivering this information to you. And you know what's really interesting, that I'm tying the thread here? This came out in Libra. And what is Libra? Libra is upholding integrity. Libra is justice, lessons, right? This may be really cryptic, all right? I know a little bit more information. I know a little about more information. What am I saying? I wrote this morning. Well, this part I wrote this morning. I know what information is going to be revealed. I know a little bit about the information that's going to be revealed. Thank you so much, Kairos. Thank you. May that be returned to you tenfold, honey. Thank you. But I can't say what information is going to be revealed. I can't say what you're going to be initiated into. What I can say is that it will be knowledge, tools, and ways that will be aligned to your ancestral roads, pathways, and aligned to your level of vibration and frequency. It will not be more than what you can hold. There's some real key important information that will be revealed, that will banish deceit. Spirit is like highly, highly, highly driven in intent and in purpose right now. And spirit is intending to remove any spiritual distortions, and this is important, and romanticizations of any teachings that they have once delivered. And I can't talk about what, but I know what it is. Spirit is intending to remove any spiritual distortion and romanticizations of any teachings that they have once delivered. There's going to be a lot of clarity. A lot of clarity. I'm ready to end this conversation. I am ready to kick my feet up because I've been working at this all weekend, all week, on and off, and then all weekend, this is, like, all I did. I'm ready to just okay, I'll do my best to read the comments after, I'll do my best to answer, but please remember that this is an exercise to use your to use your discernment, to feel empowered, to know what is and what is not. Okay, I love you guys so very much. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for all your love, your kindness, your generosity. Thank you for your support. Thank you to all the members. I feel like I don't say thank you enough often. Um, I love you so much. Thank you. Bye. Thank you.